Right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to MUFC Realist TV on this day, live recording Thursday. And of course, this is the big topic we're going to discuss. Arsenal is coming to Old Trafford and we are hosting them limping on one leg. And Arsenal are chasing for the title. The question is here in this video, in this podcast, can United put a spanner in the wheel against an informed Arsenal that's chasing the title? Stick around, please like and subscribe because we're going to do a tactical preview. We have some very special guests in the studio as well. No other than Alex Young, and devoted Arsenal supporter. He's going to tell us from his point of view what is wrong with United, and he's also going to talk about the strengths of Arsenal. Can Arsenal clinch it, or will it be a City? Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and we will be back in a couple of seconds. And we are live, and we have Alex, and we haven't seen Alex since 6 months when we played Arsenal first. Can't even remember how we went, but you might see Alex appearing here on the channel. Last time I saw Alex was in Kuala Lumpur. We did some content together, but he's back on popular demands. Is because we're playing Arsenal, of course, on Sunday at Old Trafford, and as we know, United are limping on one leg. Listen, Alex, shut up. How you doing?
How are you, Habibi? How are you? How is everything?
Habibi, I'm good, thank you. Not so good as you guys. You must be on cloud 7, right? You're sniffing there to win the title, and of course, you're coming to Old Trafford. And are you a little bit nervous? Do you reckon you're going to do a job, or you reckon that United will rise up like a phoenix and stop you?
I mean, we have to win. We've got 2 games to go, so it's a draw. We've had it. We have to win against you guys. So am I nervous? Not really, because I just can't see City losing their remaining games. I think they're going to win all of them.
Okay. If you said 2 games left, right? They have 1 game in hand, right? So if they win all the games, they will finish above you with 1 point, right?
Exactly. So
they have to slip up.
We need them to have a banana skin against
Fulham.
Against Fulham, or potentially Spurs. Wouldn't that be funny if Spurs got a result? If they got a result,
Spurs are playing at home, right?
That's at Spurs, so that would be away for City.
Away for City. So basically, Fulham is also away, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
then they've got
2 home games.
West Ham at home. So.
Wow.
Thing is, I don't think Spurs. I mean, I can't see the Spurs team wanting even to win the game. Let alone drawing.
Well, Spurs is Spursy. They've been dropping 4 in the bounce. But anyway, City. They haven't had any injuries whatsoever, and they have this deep squad. So they can rotate endlessly. Right. So the thing is with City that they always come strong. Premier League it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Like you did a sprint and you just ended up out of gas, out of steam, and you fell off, right? But this time around, what Arsenal's been doing, I mean, I got to give it to you. You're my brother from another mother. So listen, you guys are playing amazing football, right? Seriously. Yeah. You are playing some really good football. It's rock and roll, and you've been sort of recruiting right with Declan Rice, and Partey's coming good right now as well, back from his injuries. But you don't have a proper striker, and that has been your Achilles heel. So you've been pretty much playing, with the false number 9. Arteta is not a striker.
Yeah, you can say that definitely. We do need a striker. However, I think we've scored more goals than any other team in the league. So goals hasn't been an issue. But when you're going up against someone like City, where they're literally their second team could probably win the league, that's how good they are. Haaland's just a machine. So
He's a robot.
How do you compete? You need you need a Harry Kane, but on steroids. You know what I mean? To replace.
Speaking about Kane. Speaking about Kane, the curse of the Kane, right? He will not win a trophy. I mean, in a season when the poor old bagger poor old chaps like scores 40 goals plus, you're right, and miss out winning the Bundesliga and misses out winning the Champions League because Tuchel did a blunder. Like, what was that for substitution, Alan?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Even if that goal counted at the end, they would have got beat. I mean, they had no one up front. I mean, I was thinking, what a ridiculous decision to take Kane off at 86 minutes. I mean, that was so arrogant of the manager, like just assuming they're going to park the bus and win that game. Like, come on.
And you know that Real Madrid always finds a way, right?
They find a way.
They find a way. They always do. This is like Champions League, Alex. This is the Real Madrid Cup.
Right, exactly. They know they always find a way, and I think I couldn't believe like why they took Harry Kane off, because I thought it's very probable that Real Madrid would get a goal, it would go to extra time, but as soon as they scored, like it was just capitulation. It was game over, mate. it was
just in his it was 5 minutes. He scored 2 goals, man. Seriously,
yeah.
And what is supposed to do? And we've been linked to Thomas Tuchel. Actually, he's saying in the filling out to the press that I want the United job. But the thing is, mate, United don't want you, right? So it's basically like you swiping on Tinder. So he swiped right, or what was it? No, left on Tinder for Manchester United job. But United hasn't really responded by swiping right or left back. So.
Yeah, I mean, I actually rated him as a manager. I mean, he did really well with Chelsea. Do you remember when he was let go? It was a bit ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Because he fell out with the board.
Yeah, he won the Champions League with Chelsea. I think was it a season? One season after he got sacked. Anyhow, so I thought that because obviously Bayern Munich beat Arsenal, and they were really I was impressed with Bayern Munich. I couldn't believe how far behind they are in the league. That's credit to obviously Leverkusen. Was it
Leverkusen? Yeah. Leverkusen.
Yeah. So, it's I rated him, but the substitutions in the last 5 minutes was ridiculous.
That was.
They didn't have anyone.
I was sitting there watching and saying, "What the hell are you doing? Right? Are you going to park the bus? Yeah, go in the 3 in the back. Yeah, I get the point, but it's too early. It's the early Klopp, right? No, it's Klopp.
Used to do, I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And so you ended up with no firepower, and you sub in a Kim Min-jae in there, and Choupo-Moting, a 33-year-old striker. Come on, man. They lost it. And Don Carlo, what a tactical genius. His subs worked perfectly fine. Joselo scored 2. Modric, world-class, still 37, world-class, man. Modric.
World-class. To be able to bring him on with that's what one thing I respected about Real Madrid is as soon as they went 1-0 down, they made immediate subs. They didn't waste any time. And I noticed that with Arteta, for example, when we're losing, he doesn't make subs until much later on. I think when you're losing, you need to make that impact really quickly. And respect to the Real Madrid manager Ancelotti for making those subs.
Anyway, big up Alex for being here. I've been talking a lot about you as a reference point, like my gooner mate Alex is here, and another people that are here is our legendary VR room. So we haven't forgot about you. Big up Sadiq is saying better Arsenal than City cheats. So we're talking about 115, and it's so we're not allowed to say that because apparently the lawyers send the cease and desist letters. Goldbridge got done recently as well. But anyway, I'm gonna shout you out. Lucky Singh is here in the house. We have also legendary Stephanie Griffith, which is one of our moderators. Big up Mick and VR Rumors. Big up to you, Stephanie. Please, guys, smash that like button. Definitely. And we do apologize because this is a little bit out of our schedule. We usually go live at 9 p.m. UK, but Alex live in Dubai at the moment, so we thought about doing something earlier so we can all go and chill for the rest of the season. So do apologize for the different schedule, but we are here to entertain you. Yale Malmin, what you're saying here, my brother, it's advantage City if Arsenal somehow managed to defeat the mighty Manchester United. We will smash them. Poor Cocoa Pops. All right, they taste terrible today. Yeah, come on and get stomped, Gunners. I don't think so, Yali. Like, I get it. It's getting close to match day, but I am not feeling confident. I do not. And it's the first time when we have this stream when I have Alex on that I don't feel confident. Now, Alex, I want to ask you later on, big up legends as well. Danny B is saying 2-2 Spurs goal in injury time. And that's what you're predicting for the City games, I guess. You reckon City can do 2-2 against Spurs? Spurs will turn up. It's not game over, Red Rover yet, Alex.
It's not game over. I mean, you should be fairly confident against Arsenal because at Old Trafford, your track record's pretty good against Arsenal. But you guys haven't got much confidence at the moment. You've just been beaten. What was it, 4-0 the last game?
Yeah.
4-0
Away at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace. Yeah.
Palace, mate. I have to be honest. I haven't been following United for a little while, to be honest. I mean, they've just they're just so awful at the moment. It must be. It must be like when I don't know how long ago it was, but when Arsenal were going through that pain barrier, you remember, like you're going through that as well, where we were messing up. We had Emery as the manager. Just after Arsene Wenger left, it was just. Yeah, it was really bad. Arsenal.
I want to talk to you about that one. I want to talk to you about that 100%. So save that for the later. So because I want to have your insights as an outsider looking into United at the moment and the pain barrier that you went through with the overall rebuild with under Arteta as well. Because anyway, so big up Danny B. What you saying here? Scotty at the wheel is here. Rajat V, go mad. What you saying here? Big up Rajat. How you doing? And we have Lillis United. Hi to you as well. Kaisi Brate, how you doing, my Macedonian friend? Ashid is also here. Good evening to you. Good evening. That's Una Emery. Good evening. I get it. And he used to be your manager. Good evening, right? Lillis reckons Bayern was robbed. I don't think so. Was it? Or should they just waited for the... usually they have a delayed offside ruling, but he blew the whistle.
Clinical. That's the only difference. Like Bayern Munich were sorry. Yeah, I mean, Bayern Munich were clinical to get 1-0 up. Real Madrid had a lot of chances, but I mean that Davis goal was class.
That was class.
It's typical of the away team, isn't it? To nick that goal. But you just knew again. You just knew that Madrid were gonna come back.
Big up to Darren as well. Nice to see you here as well. Spurs are being Spurs. What Lily is saying, I totally agree. And Darren is a new subscriber, so thank you, Darren. Thank you for subscribing. And guys, if you want to become a member as well to support this channel, it is pinned in the chat as well. You can see the link. For only a price of €1, you can support this channel, and it means a lot. You can also subscribe. You can send super chats. You can donate memberships as well as we go in and chat. Let's get into the show, Alex, because I want to hear from you. You said you're not watching much of United, but still, I want to go back in the memory lane with you, because you had Mikel Arteta 2 seasons in a row. You finished 8-8, right?
Yeah.
And then 3rd season, you started to actually get backed by. He got rid of a lot of your. Would you say deadwood players like Aubameyang and Xhaka and who else? Who else? Those horrible players.
Oh man, there was so many.
Ozil,
Taffy. It would take me a little while. I put them out of my memory, to be honest.
Ozil, and then Guendouzi, so the guy that you just want to pull his hair every time he runs.
Kolasinac as well. Do you remember?
And Kolasinac, and you had a lot of deadwood players, right? So
and they were on the pay, they were on 4 or 5 year contracts, so it was really difficult, to get rid of them because problem is they're all on 70, they're all 100 grand a week, and they were average. So who's going to take them? So they had to fulfill their contracts, which was. But I think most of the deadwood's is gone now from Arsenal, and
and that's my point. Because I can argue to the point that United were in the same position as Arsenal. We inherited a lot of deadwood players, and we're trying to get rid of them. They're on high inflated wages, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
a lot of you guys were shouting at Teta out, Teta out. What are you doing? What are you doing? But in the third season, something magical happened, right? You're starting to bring in youth. Odegaard on loan. You bought Odegaard. You start adding on, you were a very young squad, right?
yeah.
So I would say that last season everyone was shocked with the way Arsenal was playing, right? And it's like, whoa, what
Correct.
did this happen, right? And was it his fourth or was it his third
I
season?
think third. Third. I
Third
think
season,
third.
yeah.
Yeah.
So third, yeah. And this season, of course, I mean, you were never supposed to win the league, but you finished second, and that was a great achievement, overachievement, right? So this
Exactly.
season you went to reinforce. You bought a Declan Rice. How good hasn't Declan Rice been for you? Ridiculous, right?
Unbelievable. I mean, honestly, like 100 million we spent on this guy, and we got him half price. That's how it feels. Like he is so good. And then I would say even the last couple of games, his game is even elevated even more with playing with Thomas Partey. Like I think that combination with Thomas Partey and Odegaard is just insane.
Yeah.
It is
But you
insane.
you got struck by one injury early this season, and that was Timber, right? A
Yeah,
knee injury. So
yeah.
is he currently back, or is he training?
Yeah, he actually played a couple of games already. I think under 21s or something. Scored an amazing goal actually, goal of the month
Okay.
for Arsenal. So
But
he
from an Arsenal supporter, right there, listen, I just want to ask you the question. You did that transformation, and
yeah,
you stuck to the manager.
yeah,
We are coming to the same situation that Ten Hag had a torrid season
yeah,
with full of injuries.
hmm
I think we had the most injuries in the whole Premier League season, 65 different combination of injuries. And we
yeah,
currently don't even have a back five, to be honest, a full back five. We haven't really played our first strongest 11 the whole season. So it's been on like a write-off. And plus, we've been going over a takeover. We dealt with a lot of scandals, Rashford, the tequila, Bebe Rush, and you know what I mean, and Sancho and all that stuff, right? So, as you know, we are going through a rebuild at the moment. We are, appointing Omar Barada, which is from Manchester City, as the CEO, Dan Ashford as a sporting director. We're finally starting to build a structure, right?
yeah.
Which
That's
we
great.
haven't. Yeah.
It's
So,
exciting.
would you, from an outsider looking into United and
Yeah,
understanding what you've gone through as a club as well, and what the fruits that you're bearing, do you reckon the club should get rid of, Ten Hag, who's got 1 year left on his contract, or do you reckon they should stick with him with this new structure and management and get rid of the deadwoods and recruit some youngsters from academy? And how do you see it? I mean, fair
yeah.
assessment, though. No rivalry, no bands here, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the way the club has been managed over the last decade is extremely poor, with not the right personnel, with sports directors and whatnot. And I don't know about your manager, to be honest, because when I listen to him, he's very monotone. I don't know if the
He's
players.
Dutch.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very. I don't know if I feel like I get that positive vibe with him, or the players are playing for him. But maybe you do give him a chance, because you have so much dead wood. So it is very similar to Arsenal, let's say 5 years ago, when we had all these average players taking crazy salaries. And you've got Rashford. Who's that other striker you've got that's been completely useless?
Martial is gone. He's going.
My God,
What a
this guy, like,
charlatan.
you've been paying him 100 grand a week for what? He is
No,
useless.
300 grand a week, almost
Oh my
250.
God! What about the guy you just ate? The guy you spent, the winger from Brazil. There, what is
This
he
the
like?
fidget spinner.
Fuck.
You
So
mean Anthony dos Santos?
yeah, you are going to take, if you okay. First of all, if you've got the right personnel, sports director, CEO, and that's positive, you got to just start getting rid of all this dead wood. Really putting an emphasis on your youth as well. Like, for example, I mean, basically, you want to mimic what Arsenal done, because it's clearly
Hmm.
obvious. who knows? It's still too early to say whether your manager is the right manager. But the fact that you've got the sports director, the CEO, I think that bodes well. And you just need to get rid of these average players, the deadwood, and be very meticulous with who you're going to sign. Follow the Arsenal print. And look, I think when all your players the thing is, you've had a lot of injuries. And to put Manchester United to put it all into perspective, man, you got fucking Johnny Evans playing. Like, what the hell? That it's like
he's been good.
It's like Sylvester from Manchester United coming to Arsenal. It's like, what the fuck,
Johnny Evans is a red. He was only supposed to sign a short contract, but then
but that do you know what I mean? It's like you're thinking Man United are pretty poor. I mean, it just sums it up where you're at, having to bring someone like him back. But look, you've had a lot of injuries. You obviously would have been much better off had you kept your players fit. But look, I think you're on a 3-4 year build now. So I think you should be happy. I think you should be optimistic. Give your manager give him at least 2 years, I would say, a couple of years to rebuild.
He's got 1 year left on his contract, and I would say that it doesn't really make sense, because for me it's a lot of media fueling, creating headlines, right? Because that's what they've been doing. Like, they've been creating this script, honest to God, like, every 18 months we sack a manager, and media has been responsible for it, and the fan base have no patience. Of course, we want to win trophies. We won actually a trophy last season. I'm not Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out. Like, I support the club and whatever is best for the club, right? And I'm Glazers out 100%, because I know, how they created this environment. So for me, I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the summer, like, because you and me, we know what a rebuild is, a restructure is, like, and that's going to take you 12 months until these people get on board, right, and get warm into the clothes and the roles and responsibilities, and then they're going to sort of trickle down the new cultural values down all the way down to the dressing room, and that's going to take you time as well. So to sack a manager, what have you accomplished? Like, nothing. There's nobody available that's even better. And the Tuchel links, and including the even ridiculous Southgate links, that is just a humiliation, right? So basically, Tuchel is said that he wants the Manchester United job, but that's but him. There has not been any direct contacts with the club whatsoever, because at the moment they're just planning for the summer, right? There's a lot of things that needs to be done behind the scenes, right? So I think they would stick with him another year, give him another trial. I think that it would just get rid of the deadwoods. Just look at the Arsenal blueprint.
Exactly.
We have a very good academy. Kobe Maino. Garnacho needs development. We have Shea Lacey on the bench. We actually have a very good academy under 18s that won the Premier League, and they're actually playing the national final against I think it's Chelsea the weekend as well. So I see what you're saying, and I believe that we have to be very, very sensible in the recruitment over the summer, who we actually bring in. We cannot have this Alexis Sancho 500 quid piano player like we did.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because I was going to say, funny you mentioned him, Sanchez, by the way, yeah,
Alexis fucking piano player.
Mate, apparently the first day he arrived at United, he was like he wanted to go back to Arsenal. He wanted to tear up the contract. Because that just goes to show, back then, United, the way they were running that club was a shit show.
Yeah. So big up everyone in the chat. If Erik ten Hag was in Arteta's position, he would say he would have missed many situations with players like Xhaka, Bamba, Laka, and many others. Like, I think he would get rid of them at the end of the day. Like,
I think your manager wants to build a team around the type of kind of Dutch type players like the De Jongs, and I think
De Jong is sailed.
He'll have his own mindset, and I think that everyone respects Arteta. You remember the time where he got rid of Aubameyang?
Yeah,
when he put him on the bench.
Yeah,
and that was like setting a precedent really for the rest. That could have easily backfired. He was one of the best players for Arsenal at that time. So it's like, get rid of those egos. You had that issue with Cristiano Ronaldo, right? The manager wasn't playing him. How do you think the manager dealt with that situation?
Yeah, we have another problem, which is Marcus Rashford, though, which is player power FC. Like, he's the poster boy of United, and it's clearly something stated in his contract that we have to play him, right? So that's
Yeah,
player power over the manager. So what I want Ineos to do, or Trollus Limited, is to, eliminate this player power and just create a unit like you have, right? Because if you
yeah,
look Arsenal, how you're playing like a whole unit. Like, it's a team spirit, team play, right? Nobody stands out. Nobody's a diva. Nobody's an ego.
exactly. Yeah, I think that's the key is that I mean, Arteta's got respect. He overachieved last season. All the players are playing for him, and you can see it. Like when you watch Arsenal play, everyone's just fighting for that ball. Like as soon as they lose the ball, they're they're trying to get it back like ASAP. There's just good energy around all the players.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
big up Yolim Almin. Eric Ten Hag has gotten 2 years and he's about to take every bad record of the club except for goals scored. Playing injured players, still cannot get over playing Varane with a concussion, final straw. Well, what do you have to offer? Like, it's been a shit show for us, guys. It really has been a shit show. And what Richie Club Sport is saying, double-edged sword, beat Arsenal and hand in title to 150 Chargers City. No, man, to be honest, Richie, I don't want City to win the league, but at the end of the day, nobody really cares if they win the league. You know what I mean? They just don't feel like a real club. When Real Madrid knocked them out, like, the Real fans said, it feels good because we are a real club. They're a fake club, right? So, 115 charges, and what I was reading, they want to settle it outside court, like, like a bribe. And I said, get out of here, like, Jesus Christ.
it's
Alex, you live in
mental.
Dubai, so you know how it is with Abu Dhabi, like Sheikh Mansour. Do
Well,
you
don't
reckon? Can we
know.
speak a little bit about? Do you reckon they've done it legal way, or do you think they've done something haram?
It's quite obvious that they've cooked the books or done whatever they needed to do. I haven't really looked into it, but you see all these other clubs being docked points like Everton and it's been going on for quite a while now with Man City, a couple of years, and nothing's happened. So they
Well, we're
like they
dealing with
control
the
everything,
financial
right?
powers on top of that pyramid.
They have
The
power,
super
right?
elites, super elites.
I don't
You
know.
know.
Do you think something's going to happen with Man
Well,
City?
what happened in the court arbitration sports in Lausanne, Switzerland, is that they ran out of financial means because they were just, they have a endless of supplies of lawyers, and they can just over appeal and pay more money and pay more money, and until it's the timestamp and it's out and barred. But here you have an independent, which you can't. So the hearing has to happen, and the prosecution need to have solid evidence to nail it, right?
Yeah,
But again, it's going to cost you a lot of resource because Premier League is also using, local really good lawyers as well, so they're lawyered up, right? So if they do have a solid case, why wouldn't you just come clean and say, look, we have done nothing wrong? But why would you now come out? I don't know if it's just, why would you pay your way out? Like, come on, man.
yeah,
Everyone sport is for me, like, if you cheated like Ben Johnson did in the Olympics, or Lance Armstrong, like you get stripped all your titles. Simple as that. You've been
yeah,
doping, right? So
yeah. We don't know. That's the bottom line, right? Like
we
we
don't know,
have.
and we got to be careful what we're speaking in, because we don't want to have a letter of deceased and
Yeah,
get sued, right?
yeah.
um What's
There's,
coach Jadoshe, what you saying? I want Super League. All UEFA big wigs played super support Madrid. It's trash now, boring. We need something new. It depends on what you want, man. Football is turning to a big money machine at the moment. Like, it's I can argue to the point all these injuries that we've seen is a calamity of playing more football matches. And if you look at the VAR, how much extra time they're adding on. So it's all about broadcasting rights, right? It's big money. So, and look at Champions League next year. It's going to be more teams, more football. Of course, that's why you see a lot of muscle strain injuries, isn't it? Big up,
it,
coach. Anyway,
it's a catch 2022 situation, isn't it? With doing a Super League, because it would be interesting. It would be great to watch for any neutral, but at the same time, how are you going to fix? How are you going to fix that platform to get all the Premier League games and a Super League? And it's kind of unfair for all the other divisions that are
Yeah,
trying
but
to get.
listen, if City is granted to settle out of court, then it's 100% corrupted. Its football is dead, right? If you can go after Everton and Nottingham Forest, poor little clubs that are chosen to collaborate with you, and you have allegedly 115 charges against you. You were up against UEFA as well, and you managed to sort of time bar it out. And even the president of UEFA says, "I know you're guilty," right? So the thing is, we've seen it with the VAR as well, which has absolutely destroyed the game. What is the clear and obvious? When we brought in VAR, we thought, oh, that's going to be our savior. But it's been even worse. You thought that technology is going to help, but VAR has kind of stepped in and being the, I don't know, attention grabber. The referees has become the center of attention. They introduced this rule, don't talk to me. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I think VAR, there's obviously going to be mistakes made, but if you don't have that VAR, it's even worse, to be honest.
I mean, if you look at the stats, it's only 1% difference. Before, referees used to get 96% accuracy. With the VR, it's only 97, right? So, yeah, I like what they have in Champions League when they have the automated offside ruling, like what you saw yesterday. That's quick and easy. That's done. But in terms of what is a pen, that needs to be definitely looked at. For me, the simple solution, Alex, listen to me.
Yeah.
The only player that can touch the ball inside the penalty area is the goalkeeper, right? Anything else that touches your hand, automatic penalty.
Yeah.
Right? That's a handball, isn't it?
The rules next season where if let's just say someone's head's in front of a player, that won't be considered offside now. So they'll give the benefit of the doubt to the striker, for example, right? So
but you can't have CSI Miami going there for instant investigation. Oh, Harry Maguire's pubes was sticking out a little bit longer than Saka's. You know what I mean? So therefore, it's a pen, it's a tonal. Listen, just introduce that. What they're going to do? They're going to introduce the semi-automatic rule, the VR. But I'm talking about the penalties, right? The pens needs to be straightforward. I don't give a shit if it touches your hand. If you're an outside player inside your penalty box and it touches your hand, it should be automatically a pen. Just make it, cut clean easy so you don't have to have these debates, right? Oh, it was not deliberate, or sometimes you're out here or there. Right. It touches your hand, it should be a pen. Make it easy.
There's always going to be human error, though, so...
That's what I'm saying. Human error is the VR room.
But I think that if you look at what technology was 10 years ago, when you didn't have VAR and you'd watch, what's it called, Match of the Day or whatever, and there'd be awful decisions that would completely cost you the game.
Yeah,
but
100%.
I'm sure it's a lot better. I'm sure it's a lot better now. But situations like last night,
I want transparency. That's the thing, because a lot of people saying VR is corrupt, right? It's basically the deciding the game because they want this attention and drama. Let us kid us not. Premier League, it's entertainment. It's a league. The longer they can keep you there, the better for the advertisement. But I want to hear transparency. I want to hear what they're discussing in the VR room, so we don't have this discussion to say, "Oh, that was not a pen. They are corrupt." Look, we on the FA Cup, we have our nemesis referee that's actually getting paid by Abu Dhabi and Michael Oliver to sit in the VR room for the FA Cup. How the hell are they having somebody they sponsor from Qatar, from Abu Dhabi, to sit there as a VR referee?
You know what they should do? They should introduce something like Gary Neville to be on the panel. So whenever there is he can make a quick decision on what he thinks, because he's a professional, ex-professional footballer. Problem with a lot of these VAR and referees, they're not really even football people. Not all football people.
We have a question from Luman. Alex, what do you say about your manager Arteta giving Aubameyang new bumper contract, which failed miserably? Well, he corrected that, didn't he? He kicked him out at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he was a bum.
I mean, but it happens frequently. It happens a lot, doesn't it? You give these crazy bumper pay rises, and they get lazy. Like Alexis Sanchez went to Man United, got what did he get? 400 grand a week.
500 grand a week.
500 grand a week. So it doesn't always work out. You know, Saka's. I mean, actually,
Saka's been great. Yeah,
being great. Like he's a perfect example of like giving. He deserved it, but
how much is Saka on per week now?
250, 200,
250. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do pay him well.
I think so. Yeah, I think Jesus is the highest paid player at Arsenal. Actually.
Yeah. You need a more clinical number 9, man. Seriously.
Jesus is a bizarre player, isn't he? Because he's technically amazing. He's gifted, but there's a reason why City sold him. Now you know, and Zinchenko as well. But
and now Havertz is paying dividends to you. Like, you know, I was so what the hell are you doing signing Havertz?
Oh, mate, I think it's like it feels very. He is definitely playing. He's a confidence player, but it feels like he's a bit jammy. It's like when I watch him play, he's good. Like he has been very good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. I'm always surprised. I'm like baffled how he plays because he's a bit of a strange player.
Yeah, he is unorthodox player. Yeah,
I'm not. Am I convinced?
Yeah,
he's come good for sure, but like I don't think he's not going to win you the league.
Good question from Stephanie. I mean, you feel that Arteta has been backed by Kroenke. He finally understood what needs to be done. You have Edo as well as a sporting director, and he's been properly backed in every window, like even in January, right?
Yeah, massive. The reason why that Kroenke's didn't spend was because they didn't have the majority shareholding in Arsenal, so they needed. I think was it Usmanov or there were a few others that they needed to buy the shares, and now you can see what's going on. Like we're spending 100 million on Declan Rice.
Yeah, we got Ivo Bosic saying even though Arsenal was finished 8th, we could see what he was trying to do. Arteta's just didn't have the players yet. 2 years and we still don't have no identity, no excuses. That is not progress. But it's kind of similar. Ivo isn't kind of similar. Like, you know what, you know, we have a style of play that the manager want to do, but we don't have the players that can execute it, right? And the same thing that Arteta wanted to play a certain style of play, but he didn't have the players to do it. So therefore he went. And there you saw the 3rd season, all of a sudden it was the change surprise that you went on the rock and roll first 20 minutes to, you know, to hit the kill switch, right?
Yeah. Well, look, I think a very good point, Mick, is you know, who are Arteta's players? Who have we signed, right? And the majority of them have come good. Odegaard, for example, amazing, right? Who has Ten Hag? Who has he signed? And you know, who has been a success? So that
he did sign Anthony though, which has absolutely been a fiasco, right? So, but you can argue to the point that Anthony's style of play is highly dependent on the bombing forward fullbacks, which we would really haven't had, right? If you look at Anthony, the way he was playing in Ajax, it was a total different stats, right? So there he had, like, you know, a partnership with overlapping fullbacks, right? So we have this, hasn't it? We have this silly stuff when we use inverted wingers, but we don't have proper fullbacks. Like, you know, Luke Shaw's been injured. Luke Shaw offered at least some, you know, overlapping, like, you know, bombing forward as well. I remember Saka is probably going to be sold in the summer. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a really good defender, like in a one-on-one situations, but it's not so good at going forward. Diego Dalot is still young, he's still developing a lot. So, I mean, we are linked to Jeremy Frimpong's and stuff like that. So we need more of a pacey wingers as well, bombing forward. So, yeah, I mean,
who's in your
Saka? I mean, if you look at our midfield is shit at the moment, right? So really, like, you know, we bought in a Mason Mount, which I rated so much at Chelsea, but we haven't seen much of Mason Mount, right? He's off the ball efforts is what you look at. Like, you know, he's constantly running. He's a runner, right? Pressing machine. He's good on set pieces. You know, he's that little bit of destroyer. So I understand why we recruited him, but it was 1 year too early. The same with the new goalkeeper, Onana, as well. So instead of reverting back, what he tried to do is pretty much elevate to a different playing style that backfired because of all these injuries. You don't have the person that can play. Instead of just going pragmatic, which he refused to do, he just insisted to play the style, like, you know, and we've been absolutely shit in the midfield. Like, we don't have midfielders. Kobe Maino is young, like 18, 19. He's not to be burned out. He's not number 6. Ericsson, his legs is gone. He's just another technical player, but his legs, he can't run. Casemiro, legs are gone, unfortunately, the decline of Casemiro. Apparently, we're getting a bid from Al Hilal in Saudi for 40 million. We will cash in happy days. So that midfield needs a massive reimbursement, right? Bruno Fernandes is Bruno Fernandes. Like,
Yeah.
you play him as a false number 9 or a false striker behind the striker. But you need I always say the engine is always the midfield. Like, we haven't really had that, right? So, so I would just build around that midfield and get new centre back pairings in as well. Like, Varane is injury prone; he's going to probably leave. Leach is probably going to return back for Arsenal. Lisandro Martinez, we missed him so much. So it is what it is. We haven't had leaders on the pitch. We've been lost. We haven't had identity. Is it down to the manager? Yes, it is. It's down to coaching, 100%. But it's also down to the players and ability to take in instruction and not bottle it, right? So,
Yeah.
so for me, I'm willing to see this season out. I just want to close the door and just go see what you can do in the summer, because trust is hard earned, right? We still have the Glazers running the show behind the scenes. We have the Sir Jim Ratcliffe Ineos consortium as well with the 27%. This so far it's a lot of talk. They're moving towards the right direction, but the way you can sort of impress the fan base is to see, like, okay, first things first, player power out, get rid of these deadwoods out, back, and sensitive recruitment, just recruiting ballers, recruiting players with good mental ability,
Yeah.
runners. You need runners.
Need to, like, as I say, just look at the way Arsenal is set up. You've got Edu, who is a people person, who, if you even watch every time Arsenal sign a player, like Edu goes, takes the player, takes them into the club. Like, there's a lot of nurturing with the players. And I think what happened with United in the last 5, 6, 7 years, you sign a player and no one looks after those players. You don't have David Gill anymore. Like, you just don't have that identity. It's just like,
No, but we haven't had a proper recruitment. We haven't had a proper structure, to be honest. Nobody had since Sir Alex Ferguson left, right? So it was David Gill and Sir Alex that was running the show. But ever since they retired, it's been like taken care of by bankers, and bankers employed their own people. So it's been internal recruitment. Of course, we got John Murta as a fake sporting director, but John Murta was responsible for building the academy together with Nicky Cox. But there was sort of a recruitment within, and he's been horrible. Like, he was the one that overpaid for Anthony. He was the one that was overinflating the prices. He couldn't sell a packet of crisp even if he wanted to. So there hasn't been a structure, and therefore, as a fan, like, I can have a little bit more patience to see, like, let's see what this is all about, right? And if you know that the manager has good intents, he's been successful in the past, he had a good first season. It's like a business year. You had a bad crop, like, if you're a farmer, like, you had a season where you had no rain and you had crops that didn't grow up. So, and the next season one might be better with a little bit of a backing, right? So, for me,
you'll be fine. You'll come back. In the end of the day,
but I'm trading with a little bit of a skepticism at the end of the day, like, because at the end of the day, we are, as United fans, we've been hurt. Like, it's just about the players on the performance on the pitch, and everyone that pays, season ticket holders and match going away fans, and you pay good money to watch the team, and they've been letting down the fans so much, like, and we haven't had many performances that we can look back as United fans to feel proud of this season. So for most of us in the community, feel like, just park the bus now, just, I don't know, just do something different, right? Because I want to see us do something different on Sunday, because every manager knows exactly how we're going to line up. So I want to do what we did against Jurgen Klopp in the semi-final in the FA Cup. We totally shocked Klopp, like, and he didn't know what hit him, right? So we even played, like, Anthony Dos Santos as a center back, Bruno Fernandes, like, we won that with 4-3.
Are you guys playing for anything though? Like, are you potentially
we
going to
don't
get
play
into
for anything. We just play for pride. The only
But
chance
you
to
don't
get
want
into
to do Arsenal
Europa
at the
League,
same time.
Alex, is to win the FA Cup against cheating City,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true. But are you
And
not playing in the league to get? If you lose in the FA Cup, can you make UEFA? Will you?
No, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a slight possibility. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it. But for us, it's all about playing for the pride, and win FA Cup would be something to salvage the season, to make us feel a little bit better. Financially speaking, like, to get into Europa League, or, that means that you will have a positive into the transfer window, what you can do. But me personally, I don't want us to play in Europe. I want to focus on a proper rebuild. If we're going to do a proper rebuild, like, to just focus on the domestic, like, build a new squad, just see what this is all about, like, grow in the Premier League, and don't play in Europa, because I don't think we're the finished article. No, nowhere near.
But it will come. It will come. As you say, like, you've got a new sports director, right? New CEO. So it sounds like United will come back eventually.
Yeah. Big up for everyone. There's about 250 of you watching. Please, it is free, and we are not like cheating city. It will not cost you anything. It's not going to be a transfer ban. But please hit that like button, subscribe. If you want to become a member as well, for a price of €1, and support the channel, but become a member as well. And if you have super chats, questions, please fire them away. And if you do have questions, please launch them away, and we will bring them up in the QA section as well. Alex, so you're proud of your season at the moment. I've been speaking to a lot of Arsenal supporters, and most of them saying, surprisingly, I mean, now you're getting greedy, guys, right? To say, if Arteta doesn't win the league, sack him. That's like, what?
Do you know what? If it wasn't Man City, there would be an argument for that. But the problem is, City are just so formidable. They're even better than United in the 90s, and that United were dominant in the 90s, right? I mean, City, they are the best team in the world. There's no doubt about that. They should have beaten Real Madrid in the Champions League. But what can you do? Arsenal, if they don't win the league, you can't knock Arteta. Just can't. We've lost what since 2024? We've lost 3 points, I think.
Yeah.
41 points out of 44 or something crazy, and we're still not going to win the league.
No, that just shows you that the cheaters, where they got to the point that, you have an overinflated squad and endless of funds to invest in the best scientific department, and I don't know.
How do you bridge the gap to Man City, though? Like, what do you think?
Well, the only consolation is that Pep will leave next season, so in 2025. Yeah, his contract, he will not continue. So, so the only consolation from Arsenal perspective is just continue the way you're doing in your development, and empires do rise and fall. Like Liverpool, they got a new manager. Klopp is leaving. They're gonna rebuild as well with this Arne Slot, right?
Yeah. But,
so
I mean, it's a tricky. You spend all this money, you invest in your team, but you come short against City. That's the problem.
Well, it's not over yet. The fat lady hasn't sung as of yet.
Well, let's just hope you guys do us a favor. Yeah,
I must say, there's been a very interesting title race. It was interesting, but then me that hates Liverpool, I was just laughing at him. Jurgen Klopp's farewell tour. We're gonna win the quadruple. Yeah, you're gonna win jack shit, mate. A Carabao Cup, right? So knocked out all the competitions. So yeah, for me, Liverpool's not going to be threatened next season as well. So you guys are going to be definitely cooking. I mean, listen, all it takes is a little bit of help for Spurs. You got to win all your games, and good luck. You're coming to Old Trafford, so you never know. We might turn up.
All I care about is that we have our club back. Do you remember all that protesting? All the fans were at the Emirates Stadium.
Yeah.
With Conky out, because they were not investing. They were not investing properly in the club, and we left Highbury, which we were very successful. For what? To build the stadium, and wait. I had waited 10 years for our club to come back. It was painful. Longer.
True that, mate.
20 years.
Yeah. But you stuck by him. Luan, please take a firm on Ten Hag. Why does it have to be in today's social media that you have to take a stand? Do you have to take a stand? Do you even have to be in or out? I don't believe so, mate. So I rather be in the doubt section. I put myself in the middle. Very liberal. It's not fence sitting. It's basically, I explained it so many times. I have high standards. I do want to see the manager succeed. I want to see a proper new rebuild, but I don't believe in sacking another manager because United haven't had a proper 3-year manager ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left. So they sacked every manager every 18 months. I don't want to see that. There's a little part of me that is critical, that I don't see work. But then you got to look longer. What we explained, like, I want to see what this restructure will mean and what they're going to do in the summer, right? We can judge it after that, Luman. Fair deal, right? So I'm not out, I'm not in. Just say doubt, okay? But it's been shit season anyway. You know my standpoint. What are you saying here, Coach? The FA rather dock points of small teams like Everton and Forest, but ignore City and Chelsea. Guys, football is going wrong. Euro predictions, big nations, all the decisions, France, Spain, Germany. Man, we know that FIFA is corrupt, man. This really, really. Just the appointment of the Qatar World Cup, that was just the proof of the pudding,
That's so true.
Ooh, we thought we didn't know it was hot because they came with robes, and we thought they were cold, and they took us from the limousine straight into air-conditioned rooms. Yeah. Listen, get your questions in as well. It's only me and Alex here as well, so I'm still behind the chat, Alex. So it's not funny. So guys, if I am behind the chat, I'm just trying to catch up. So better to see. So question to you, Alex. Player of the year was nominated, and you had Odegaard in there. But no Saka.
Nah.
But Odegaard has been good. He's been tremendous.
Unreal.
But no Rice in there either, right?
It's a hard one. It's a 50-50 between Rice and Odegaard.
But how can Van Donkey get nominated?
Who?
Van Donkey. Van Dijk.
Van Dijk.
Yeah, Van Donkey. I call him Van Donkey, Van Disney.
Who's in it? I don't know who's the.
He was nominated.
Who else
has
has
been shit? I think it was Haaland was nominated. It was also Foden has been amazing as well, and it was also Aston Villa striker. What's his name? Fuck me.
The thing is, if you put Declan Rice in there, you've kind of got to put Rodri in there, haven't you? You know, like Rodri's solid. He's probably the only player that might edge it over Rice potentially. Yeah. There's not a lot in there. Imagine Rice. If Rice
Palmer was nominated. Young Palmer, Cole Palmer, yeah, and also fuck me, what's his name? Aston Villa striker. He's been phenomenal as well. It's getting late.
I think you can only really decide maybe at the. Let's see how we go. I mean, if Arsenal end up by miracle winning the league, I would put in Rice. I would say Rice would win it.
Yeah, Ollie Watkins was nominated, 100%. Thanks to you, Jolly. Thank you so much, Jolly. Listen, according to your opinion, who has been your player of the year for Arsenal then?
Rice,
baby.
He's 7-8 times out of 10 the best player in every game.
Okay, who's been United's best player then?
9 out of 10 in every game he plays. So
I got to put you on the. Who's been United's best player then? According to you.
What's your team?
Fuck you.
This would be guesswork. Maybe your goalkeeper.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
Onana, the goalkeeper?
You have to decide on that because I haven't really been watching United. But
yeah. Okay.
Who would you say? Okay. Who do you think's been your best player this season?
The most consistent player must be Diego Dalot in that case.
David who?
Dalot. Diego Dalot.
Yeah, he's good. He's not bad.
He's been the most consistent player. VR, let us know what you think. Who has been the most, would you say, United's player of the season?
What about Hernandez? He's been all right.
Who? Bruno Fernandes? Yeah, he's got some. Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, he's played every single game. NH2, big up. First time here. Welcome to the family. Please smash that like button. Welcome. Good to see new faces as well. Let us know what you think. Who's been the player of the season for United? And a lot of people saying Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, he's been tremendous. Listen, Bruno, like, love him or hate him, like, and he plays every fucking single game. He played with a broken bone, and it was actually the first time ever since he came to United that he was left out for injuries. So yeah,
He's the only one of the few players that's been half decent for United. Like consistent, most consistent.
Yeah. Have a question here. Options on the German youngster, fresh out of Bayern 04, Gab Utzseks. Never heard of him. I don't know if it's a good fit. Have you heard of him? Gabe. I don't know. NH2, I don't know about him. So yeah, you let us know. He's you let us know what you think about him at the end of the day. What about Jadon Sancho though? From an outsider looking in, should be sold 100%. Would Arsenal take him? There's been some interest that there are some Arsenal might even sniffing at Mason Greenwood as well.
Really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
No, there's 2 Premier League clubs that's been sniffing around Greenwood.
No way,
I think Arsenal is one of them and Chelsea is one of them.
Come to England, would he? There's no way he would come.
There's been reported there's 2 Premier League clubs sniffing around to bring him to Premier League. So I think it's Arsenal because Arsenal is looking for striker, and I think it's Chelsea as well. Cheeky bastards.
His career, his reputation's ruined though.
Yeah,
he'll be called a rapist like every game.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to come back to England.
I don't think so either.
No way.
No. But it's apparently been reported there's 2 Premier League clubs. So I just put 2 together, knowing that Arsenal.
Sancho, I haven't been watching him play, but what is he? He had a great. He's in the final of Dortmund, which is a fucking miracle. But can you believe it's gonna be Bellingham against Sancho? Bellingham against his old club.
Yeah, that's insane. That's very insane. Yes. Garnacho has been amazing also this season. I must agree what Roger is saying. Sancho is definitely the player of the month. Sancho, is it player of the month? Lol. No, he's not. That was a joke. I'm just going to the comments section what you guys are saying. Get your questions as well.
Would you bring Sancho back to Man United?
Hell no.
No.
Player power wins. Guess what? There was a reason why City got rid of him, right? There was a reason. I don't think he's fit for he's made for the Premier League. He flopped at the Premier League. He's too weak in the Premier League. I think he's more suited for the European continental football, the German league or something slower. Yeah. And he hasn't really ripped up tree at Dortmund, but he's been okay, decent. And Dortmund wants to buy him, and I think we should sell him. We should not fall for we don't have any money. Bullshit. They have money, right? Dortmund has money. So 45 million, 50 million euros, sayonara, and potentially generate good money back in there for the summer window, right? So Sancho for me, good as long as he's happy, but at United he will not make it, right? You got to look at what he did, player power, stuff like that.
What seems to be the trend with United is you've got good players coming to you, but they don't perform.
The charlatans come for a paycheck, right? You see what United is trying to do now? They're trying to cut the wage bill down to maximum 200, 250 a week, right? We are done with this paying the overpriced, what Woodward did, we can do what anyone can do, what nobody can do on the market. We are Manchester United. As soon as he said those words, that was the beginning of the United tax, right? And plus we have no competent footballing people that could negotiate a deal, right? So we overpaid for the fidget spinner. We paid 95 million euros for what? A guy that scored 1 goal in the whole season? Come on, right? So I don't know. Let's talk about the game, by the way. We've been live 59 minutes. So, anyway.
What's your prediction?
Mate, you going straight for the dagger in my heart or what?
I mean, we don't do very well at Old Trafford. It's a bit of a nemesis when we play
So,
you.
what about, guys, do you want to do the prediction? What do you think? Should we even bother doing the lineup? Because I know how, your lineup. Who do you think will line up from Arsenal? Because will he rotate? Will he play Tomoyasu? Will he play Shevchenko? Who do you think he's going to go with?
Let's go with the standard, Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel. I think Tomiyasu's injured, so maybe I don't think they'll put Timber in, but that would be all. He's just come back from injury.
Timber.
Tomiyasu, if he's fit, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Havertz. Standard team. Martinelli's been very average.
What's going on with Martinelli this season?
I don't know. Bizarre. His form is just.
Listen, so here's the thing, right? Everyone is expecting a battering, right? Everyone is expecting that. The same thing when we played Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. Everyone said, you're going to get battered by Liverpool. Yeah, but what happened?
We won. Do you remember when you beat us 8-2?
Yeah.
That was that. Imagine we could do the same.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, you tell me first. Like you're the guest, I would give you the guest of honors to tell me how you think.
I reckon 4-1 Arsenal. I think we're really going to do you.
You're going to do us? You're going to bend us over?
I mean, what your defense? Who have you got playing in defense?
I fucking have no idea because the manager's press conference hasn't been yet. We cannot play Casemiro again in the back line because he got toasted, right? I don't know who's fit. I mean, Licha is coming back. Would you play him for the full 90 minutes?
Smash you. I mean, I'll go for a sensible. I'm going to go for a 4-1. Yeah, 4-1 Arsenal. I'm going to be a bit ambitious.
Fuck me, 4-1.
That's crazy at Old Trafford. But your team, you got so many injuries, and your confidence is gone,
bro.
But you're playing at home.
It's not often that I sit here and feeling confident. I don't feel confident, to be honest. I think we are struggling to even get 1 point this remaining of the season. I don't even think that we might get a result in the FA Cup because we just look at the bench, look at who we have. We have full of youngsters. I don't know, man.
You have to make a decision.
At the end of the day, if they're playing for the pride, if you're depending on how you line up, I want to see maybe 3 in the back, 5 in the midfield, and just go for it, right? Just surprise you guys because we know exactly how you play, right? You're gonna play the same style. Your midfield is world class, in terms of Odegaard, that guy is sick, Saka, shit, you got some good players, right?
Rashford usually does quite well against Arsenal,
but Rashford is kind of playing sick or injured, so I don't think we're going to see Rashford. There's a lot of players dodging the bullet right then at the moment that's kind of checked out. Guys in the VR room is already getting the predictions in. Man, I might see a cheeky. I mean, you definitely will win. I think you will win. You will win because you have more to play for. We have nothing to play for more than a pride. But at the end of the day, what you're saying, you don't do well at Old Trafford, and I think the crowd will be up for it. And usually our players turn up for the Arsenal games. So, and I don't want City to win the league. Man, it might be a cheeky 2-2.
Nah, Arsenal.
3-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, 3-1 to Arsenal. Shit, man. Okay, I'm gonna do something. I cannot decide, people. You know what's going on here. You know what's gonna happen here right now. You know, the legendary Wheel of Fortune is coming up right here. Let the footballing gods decide. It's never worked before, but you know what? We're going to do it right now. So we have here 1-0, 1-1, 2-0, 2-2, 3-2, 3-1, 3-0, 2-1, 4-1. It matter if it's for Arsenal or if it's United. I see you already putting your scores. IT&T is coming here 3-1 to Arsenal. Alex, you said you're 4-1 already. You rest your peace. I said a cheeky 2-2, and 2-2 is up there. Let's do this. Let's go. Let the footballing gods decide. Fuck me. 4-1. 2-1. To who? 2-1. It could be 2-1 to Arsenal, 2-1 to United. What do you reckon?
Maybe. We'll have to wait and
2-1.
see.
Anyway, I'm just going to see what the VR room is saying, like, you know, what people are saying here. Some people think we are going to get smashed. Evo Boss is saying 8-2 to Arsenal. Get out of town, Evo. I don't want to see that.
Oh my God.
Jolly means 6-1 to Arsenal. Jesus Christ. Arsenal will win 3-0 according to Lillis. Raja 3-1 to Arsenal. Shit, we have a lot of Manchester United fans here that thinks we're going to lose. Anita Handjob. Oh, what a name. Handjob. I'm scared for a 6 or 7-0. I don't want to see a 7-up, man. Come on.
Do you think your manager would get sacked if we beat you like 8-2? Or like...
I don't think they will sack him. And it doesn't make sense in this.
No, of course not.
So short left of the season. I don't think we will be 4 or 6-0. Oh, Rajat, come on. Do I get any delusional confidence from any of you United supporters? ITNT said 3-1 to Arsenal. Nobody believes we're going to win. What's up, Timmy? What's up, Timmy? How you doing, Timmy? I think the wheel is stoned. It's rigged. I don't know, man. 2-1. Could be 2-1 Arsenal or 2-1 United. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. Can we have a little bit of a United supporters? Like, okay, should I just change it and say that it will be 2-1 to United? Yeah, I will go against you. I said 2-1 to United, guys. I will fucking back my team. 2-1 to United. Let's go. You there, Alex? Are you frozen?
Yeah.
It's risen. We will see Sunday.
Let the best man win.
100%, brother. 100%.
Stick to my prediction, and we'll see where we go.
Yeah, bro. Listen, thanks for coming on, my friend, and feel free to come in for a post-match and give your ransom bands if you want to as well on Sunday, man. But yeah, I mean, for you, I must say, like, you know, we're rivals, but we're best friends, right? So at the same time, it's great to have you on from another perspective. Thanks for sharing your point of view, how you see United. Brilliant podcast, by the way. And
yeah,
man, all the best for you. Like, you know, I think you deserve to win the league. What?
I said I'll see you in Thailand.
Oh yeah, I see you in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Woohoo! Don't promote that shit here, man.
No.
Yeah, but seriously, like, you know, I think that from an outsider looking at the Premier League, I think the Arsenal's been playing the best style of football. You know, that's as an outsider, like, you know, and I think you deserve to win the league. Like, you know, come on, you haven't won the league for 20 years, so yeah, we need a little bit of a change up top.
Well, it's going to be exciting. City are playing on Saturday, right? So we need. I mean, if they slip up, it's going to be interesting. Then it makes the Arsenal-Man United game very exciting. I think if Man City win their game, then just the pressure's on Arsenal, you know. And we don't.
Can you handle the pressure, though?
We don't do that well under pressure, do we? Really? I mean, Bayern Munich. I think we should have beaten them, but
we should have. Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see. But
that's what she said as well. We shall see. Well, best of luck to you, my friend, and let the best man win. And big up for everyone in the VR room, everyone legends in here. We have Lillis United, Timmy was here, Ivo Bossett, Rajat came in with great question. ITNT, Scotty at the wheel. Who else do we have here out of the legends? We have Jarle Malmin with the pepperoni pizza, Anita Handjob. We missed the number 1 MILF Hunter today, but we did have Stephanie Griffith moderating. Lillis was also moderating. Thank you so much, guys. And we have NH2, which was a new user here that also subscribed. Who else? We had a new subscriber. Darren was also a new subscriber. So big up, Darren. 100%. Good to see you guys. And Mark was also here, producer Mark. We forgot to mention you, producer Mark, as well. So everyone has been here supporting. It's been a really unusual preview, talking Arsenal, talking United, and yeah, it was nice balanced approach from you, Alex. Looking forward to potentially see you Sunday. If we win, will you come on?
Oh, come on, no problem. It was a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Yeah. And shame on you, 35 likes and 204 of you watching. Come on, if you're watching in retrospective, the likes means a lot for a small YouTube channel like us. We are on a road path for 30,000 subscribers. 35 likes should be 100 likes if it's 205 watching live right now. Please, it only burn a little bit of extra calories if you're on a diet, and it's free. Thumbs, thumbs like this. Thumbs, hand job, yeah. And that's it. Adios, amigos. What you're saying, we say what Lillis United is saying. Adios, amigos. And vamos a la playa. Vamos Arsenal. Vamos United. Right. Good luck to you, man. Guys, see you later to the next one. See you tomorrow. We'll be back for another live stream tomorrow with Jarvis, myself, and Stu Woolley. It's been Mick Ruby here from MUFC Realist TV with Alex the Red Lobster is back here. Big up to you. And people that cannot follow you, you're not on Twitter, right? No?
No.
Why the fuck are you not on Twitter for? Yeah, Alex is only I can find him. Even who's been looking for you as well?
Who's that?
Egal. Where's Alex? Egal.
Hey, listen, I'm always happy to come on and talk football. I love football, so whenever there's a chance, you give us a shout. I'll be there.
Egal, if you're watching, please, Alex is here. Drop me a DM later on, brother. Listen, beautiful people, enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, and we shall see you tomorrow. I will not do the press conference because I'm done with them. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Glory, glory, Manchester United. And remember, Glazers out. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe.